the McLaren is. Good morning and welcome to the channel. It is another hot one, 102 degrees today. So good to have it back. And right now I am jumping the Corrado because we are saying goodbye to the Volkswagen. That's right, it's a sad day, but who better to give it to than our very own Pat Roel. Go-to Volkswagen guy, and you know, I got a run-in for him, and let me move the truck. I'm doing well. How are you?
Warm one.
Good to see you. Dude, it's really warm. Dude, yeah, why are you wearing that? It's 104 degrees outside. Ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to take the Corrado?
Yeah.
All right.
Now.
Well, the keys are, I was going to hand you the keys, but they're in it.
Oh, yeah, she's running.
You're the V-dub guy, so I mean, it's only right.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Have fun. There it goes. Well, there goes the Corrado. Fun times. Now that Pat and the Volkswagen are gone, I think it's time. I mean, you all probably knew this was coming, and I added a Mini Cooper to the collection. That is my mom's car. In case you don't know, it's not really my car, but I think you knew what was coming. The C6, the Grandpa C6, is a little bit too quiet, and that just won't do. Go ahead and move the McLaren out, and then we'll pull the C6 in. Key tags available, links down below, by the way, if you want a key tag. Always got a merch plug, but I want you guys to get a good look at this because this is the cleanest my McLaren has ever been and ever will be. Look, there's already a couple bulldog hairs inside. Get rid of that. But McLaren Philly was nice enough to fully detail my car after it was in for service. And I mean, look at the vacuum lines, even behind the seat. I don't know if you can see them, but yeah, I mean, this is the cleanest it's ever been, besides maybe the day I bought it because it was brand new. But yeah, I don't think you'll be seeing it this clean ever again. The ZR1 actually ain't bad either though. It's pretty clean. I vacuumed it out after the trip to North Carolina because on my way back, I stopped at McDonald's and was eating fries. Here I am on 95 watching The Dark Knight Rises on my screen and eating my fries, and I accidentally dropped the whole bag into the passenger seat, and I had to vacuum that up. So the ZR1 is actually clean as well for once. But yeah, big thank you to McLaren Philly. Love those guys and appreciate the detail. I drove it for the first time in like 2 weeks today, and it actually took me a little while to get used to it again because the driving position is so much different than a Corvette. Like it's way different. One of those things you don't realize how much you miss it until you have it again, and then it's like, holy fuck, how did I survive? So there's a little before action for you, and holy shit, like I got in that car and it was so fucking hot, I almost like burned myself, and I didn't really think about it because I was like, oh, it's a gray interior, it's not gonna be that hot, but holy, I about fucking burned myself sitting in this thing. It is so hot today. I'll be honest with you guys, I was gonna put on the grandpa outfit to do this video, but it's so like I'm sweating right now, just sitting here, I'm sweating. I think it's too hot for the jean shorts, the jorts, and the big socks. It's too hot for that. See what we got here with this muffler. How hard can it be? It should be just the over axle pipes with a hanger up top, and I mean, it doesn't look very rusty, so it should come out. If not, we'll cut it. Too easy. I am going to try to do it the right way first. I mean, ideally we don't have to cut it. That way it can be, well, I don't really care about having it being able to return to stock, but you know, in case maybe somebody wants the C6 system, or I can sell it on Craigslist, I don't know. But I mean, ideally we'll keep it as a whole piece. Mike, why don't you ever work on your own car? Well, I'm working on it now. Whole Duramax build. But that was a couple years ago, so I guess I get no credit for that. The only thing I didn't do was the lift and the EGR delete. If you're the same way, don't let anybody tell you it doesn't make you a car person, because, I mean, that's just the most retarded argument ever. Do you like dogs? Yeah. Are you a veterinarian? No. Are you a sports fan? Yes. Are you a professional athlete? No. Do you like food? Yes. Are you a chef? No. Honestly surprised those bolts came out as good as they did, but that's why you hit it with the power tools. Unless you're doing an engine swap in your front lawn like Steve in a day, you ain't shit either. I don't know if you can see that very well, but those pipes look like they are rusted on there real good. I'm not sure if they're gonna come out actually. We'll find out. It's gonna be a little different of a camera angle here, but I gotta get these little 13mm bolts for the exhaust hangers. And wouldn't you know it, like of course, I have a ratcheting 12, 14, 15, and 17. But you bet your ass I don't have a ratcheting 13, which would make my life a lot easier right now. I'd say it was definitely stored, I would say, inside. Now somebody brought up something pretty smart. I found a piece of Velcro towards the front of the car, like underneath the front splitter, and it was like a piece of like Velcro stuck onto the car. And I was thinking, you know, why would this be here? And somebody in the comments said a lot of people use that if they use a car cover, and then they can Velcro it down on that side. So, you know, it very well may have had a car cover on it for a lot of its life, but it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty clean under here. It's definitely like been driven in salt, because you can see that. I mean, you can actually see parts of like the salt, you know, the white residue from the salt. Unless it's a different kind of white residue, I don't know. I don't think there's another hanger. I think it just is the ones at the back, and then connected at the mid pipe. A hassle to get to, really. But it ain't too bad. Steve, you know, to be honest, I got a lot of respect for Steve. The fact that he could accomplish that in his front lawn is insane. He literally swapped an engine like in his lawn. I don't even understand how it's possible. I really don't. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, this is, like, I'm sure I could learn that kind of stuff if I had the interest. But, you know, like, it's almost incomprehensible that somebody could do that. And I know people, you know, there's a lot of people that do engine swaps and stuff, but to do it with just such minimal, you know, tools, not even a roof over your head. She's coming. Yes. All right. So the hangers for this side are done. Yeah, and that seems about as loose as it needs to be. Oh, it's coming out. I think that'll come out, actually. That'll come out. Not bad. Loose on both sides. It's ready to come out. But I've been wiggling this thing. I've been working with it. And I don't see any way I can get it out without taking off the anti-sway bar, I believe is what you would call that. I don't see any way of doing it without, because there's not enough room, and I can't twist these things enough to get them out. So I think I'm gonna have to take that off. I'll play with it here for a little bit, and maybe I'll call Andy. But I don't see how I can do it without doing that. And when installing a C6 Corvette exhaust, do I have to take off the sway bar to get the old exhaust out?
Technically, no. You shouldn't really have to. Well, Mike, I've got some bad news for you, buddy.
What's that?
I'm on a boat, so I can't help you.
Hey, that's okay. I'm just calling in the advice.
Steve's boat advice, right? You might have to wiggle it around a little bit, but you should be okay. I mean, it should come out.
Got that lowered down. That should give us enough room. All right, number 2 out. Moment of truth. Let's hear it. That glorious LS2. All right. this. But, oh my God, that sounds really fucking good. Really, it's weird to hear it with like, I mean, that's loud as fuck and it sounds amazing, but it still has an exhaust, so it sounds like, you know, it sounds like a road car, like a road-worthy vehicle. This just kind of sounds like, you know, like a fucking race car. Sounds really good, really good. Yeah, I mean, if you have a Corvette, or I mean, any V8 really, and you don't want to buy an exhaust, you can just cut yours off, cut the stock one off, and it will sound fucking great. It's a little weird, but sounds okay. Very sorry, I forgot to film an outro, so it is now nighttime. The Corrado is back, by the way. But there you have it. The Grandpa Vet is significantly louder. Grandpa is very loud, very angry now. And we do have a full Corsa system on the way, which is kind of why, you know, I took that off. Took off the old exhaust. Don't really care if it doesn't have one for now. It doesn't need it. The Corsa should be here soon. We already know it sounds fantastic on the ZR1. And I'm sure the LS2 is going to sound pretty good with Corsa headers, mid-pipe, and an extreme axle back. Can't wait for that. And should be great. And I also want to weigh it and dyno it before we really get into the mods. You know, I want to see where our baseline is with weight. And, you know, I mean, the car, we're definitely going to make a lot of power, but it's not going to need a shit ton of power to be a really fast car. It's a pretty light car. C6s are relatively light, only about 3,300 pounds. The C7 is about 36. Now, you know, a very modern vehicle with all the safety features and heated and cooled seats, power everything. I mean, I would still not call 3,600 even, because we did weigh this. I wouldn't call that heavy, but, you know, the C6 is a lot lighter. So it should be, I mean, it should be a pretty fast car with minimal stuff. Hope you enjoyed this upload. I'm not going to show myself because I'm covered in sweat and it's hideous. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Take care. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.